Ricky having to deal with it. I mean, that great racing move right there, but Ricky dives underneath, and now he only has one more lapper in between.
Well, you got to remember, too, Ricky busted his tail. He went down pretty hard and tweaked things up a little bit, so he's still recovering from a crash. And,
lapping
with
up
an
to 20th place. Lapping 20th place. You see the pit numbers for the guys.
And here he is with an opportunity to still win the moto. So that, this can't feel very good for James to be like, man, I had a good lead. There's Rick Johnson going, he's smart. He's like, duh. Of course I'm going to be smart. But I'm also going to win.
And there's the shark you talked about, Ricky Carmichael, as he hounds James Bubba Stewart.
He's a little shark, but he's got sharp teeth.
It's almost like hunting, though, raccoon hunting. You hear the hound dogs behind you. They're coming. They're coming. I know it. I know it. I don't want them to catch me, but I hear it. I keep hearing it. There's race back for 4th place. 2 teammates. David Billman has.
David Billman would have figured that out there if he got past by window.
Yeah. There you go. There's the inside line. Go ahead.
Yeah, and maybe he's not going to race his teammate the same way either, but still, he should have adjusted that. Look how that section is so tight, and Ricky went through there just like it was a flat corner.
Setting it up, foot out is James Stewart going a little wide there. Ricky has a much better line in that turn, though. He set him up right on the rear fender. Carmichael has his points, and Bubba has his.
Yeah, James is, you know what? He's got the ability to raise his game, and he raised it.
Come on, Carmichael. That's what they're cheering. They are getting loud on the sidelines, or they're cheering for Bubba.
Nice
Bubba gets
move.
past. Ricky takes over the lead. Downhill one more time, but there goes Bubba, his fast section. But lands on the back of Carmichael. Carmichael says, what are you doing?
James was out. He was out.
Bubba landed in the back of Carmichael. That's a case of 2 lines converging there. And it looks like Kevin Wyndham's going to take the lead, but more importantly, is James Stewart all right?
Gosler is just hoping to get the bike started. There's Big James, Genie Carmichael going, what the heck was that? Ricky just like going, come on, man. I passed him fair and square, and he just jumped on him. We need another look at that, because obviously James is just going to jump on that guy on purpose.
Yeah, it looked, man, I don't know.
He hit hard. He hit really hard.
Ricky was going so much slower just in that one particular part. How does James make up that much difference? Oh, man, melon thumper by Stewart. Big James concerned about his son. There's Malcolm.
Well, if you're Genie Carmichael, Gosler, DeCoster, Ricky, you're going, hey, that was, what the heck was that, man? That could have ruined both of our careers or taken us out for the season. I think what James was trying to do was the same thing that Ricky did earlier to Chad Reed, where he squared him off, and then Ricky slowed down a little bit, and then he just guessed wrong.
Who would have known, though? James had followed Ricky a lap. He'd been out in front, pretty much the whole time. Stick with us. Motocross National, Kevin Wyndham is your leader here in Moto 1 of the 250s. Carmichael and Stewart went down hard just a moment ago. Carmichael picks things back up in 2nd place. I don't think he has enough time to catch up to Kevin Wyndham, and you can see the bike a little tweaked, the handlebars, everything not jiving too good.
No, he already tweaked the right side, bent the handguard down, and the front brake lever in the first fall, and then the second fall, he fell a little unorthodox and bent everything a little bit more. Good to see James okay, but he's probably like, okay, what's happening there?
Look at that stat. Out of 11 motos, nearly 50% of them did not finish.
You know what? He's giving us a thumbs up. We got to hand it to Kevin for being in a position to take advantage, I mean, Chad Reed's back there too, and after 2 crashes, he's still unable to do anything about Ricky. He's riding around a bent bike. So, I mean, Kevin's on his game here as best he can be.
He didn't just start in 3rd place either. He was in 8th place in that first lap and worked his way into the lead. So, yeah, props goes to Kevin Wyndham, the Amsoil Napster Honda number 14. Carmichael in 2nd. Was looking for another moto win. The only guy to beat Carmichael outright this year, in my mind, was Chad Reed, because Carmichael crashed on his own. In this case, he was kind of taken down from behind, but you still got to give credit to Payda.
Absolutely. Like I said earlier in the show, he loves this track. Not everybody likes this place. Kevin does. He's got a good record to prove it. Back more on that crash, but some time to think about it. And James was a lot faster through that section. He was Ricky, hey, almost there. Get a second, win the next moto, we'll be good. But thinking back to what was going on there, James was faster than Ricky through that downhill where they fell all weekend. And Ricky had a different line, was forced to slow down a little bit more than that. And James didn't know. See, James was coming in the same line as Kevin. They're kind of squaring up. And when he went to square back to the inside of Ricky right there, Ricky slowed down a little bit more and he couldn't get there. So at the last second, he changed his mind and tried to go wide. And I think he just assumed wrong of what Ricky was going to do. And, you know, probably right now he's like, dang, sorry about that.
I think you said it best when we first saw it. He's not going to intentionally jump into the back of Ricky Carmichael.
I wouldn't go off that section as fast as James was by myself, let alone on top of a guy. So, you know, it was I can see why Ricky would be mad. You know, I'm anxious to hear what he's going to say. But James, you got to hand it for James for trying to race. And he's probably the only guy out there that's willing to pass Ricky back. And that's what we love him for, is how aggressive he is. And you know, occasionally that aggression bites him. And it used to bite Ricky until he got wise and learned when to make those moves.
Well, think about it for a while. We saw a couple of people hand Ricky a position that were top 5 positions.
Yeah,
how many times have you seen James Stewart hand over a position? Only Kevin Windham at the last stop. Did we ever see that? He felt he owed it to him, but nobody also hands, you know, Bubba position ever. I don't see that.
Hey, man.
Props goes to the 14. Yeah, what a ride. He's only the second guy to beat Ricky Carmichael all year. The Honda, the Amsoil Honda of Kevin Windham. A good ride, putting himself in position for the victory. He takes it. You can see a disappointed Carmichael, and we'll hear from him when we return. Welcome back to Unadilla. Some words being exchanged between Kevin Windham on the right and Ricky Carmichael on the left. And what a champion Ricky Carmichael is, saying congratulations, man.
Nice by Kevin, too, to go over and go, dude, are you okay? Because he just rode by all the wreckage.
Suzuki results. Find your favorite rider. Crowd favorite seemed to be Carmichael, but it was Kevin Windham taking the victory here in moto number 1, number 14.
Kevin Windham having a little bit of a break handed to you. Kevin, 2003, won both motos here. You're able to pull the first moto win this year again.
Yeah, you know, it's not the way you want to do it, but that's all you can do is go out there and give it your all the whole race, and sometimes it's handed to you. And you know, I don't know what happened. I didn't see the race up front, but wish I could have hung with those guys, but I couldn't. And you know, they came together. I hope, you know, Ricky's obviously all right, and I hope James is all right. But you know, I just kept riding my own race, and it came to me. Sometimes it happens, and I'll take it anywhere I can get it.
Win since 03, David. I mean, that's amazing there, and that was the year that Ricky was super dominant. You see him over there talking to Scott Taylor. He is one angry redheaded kid out there, and he is tore up on that back. Tire got the best of him.
Well, we've seen some pretty wild rides so far this season, but probably none quite like this. Ricky, what a battle. You just had 2 crashes, one really big one with James. What took place there?
You have to ask him that. You know, it's just a shame. I fell and then caught right up to him. I think I was like 18 seconds back, and followed him for about 3 laps and made a nice clean move on him. And then, I don't know, I guess he thought he was going to jump on me, and him not crash and me crash, and you know, that's just dangerous. So I guess I just have to give him a little more room next time. It's just a bummer, you know. Now that's not a clean way to race.
I think if James sees this, he'll say, man, I should not have done that. But when you're in the heat of the moment, David, I mean, no way. I mean, he got the worst end of that deal for sure. Let's go down to Chad Reed.
Kind of got a decent jump, and then got down there and hear that everyone comes together. Man, that scared the hell out of me, and just kind of rode tight at the beginning. Didn't really ride myself, and didn't really get to live up to the retro colors.